Hello, chess fans. So, welcome to the part number two of the Escherichia's chess chain in the world. That I want to just actually introduce five more. So this is just number part two. Okay, this is the number part two. I have provided the part one. In the previous video, it was the first in the part one we just viewed Van Get Baird and sorry Rorson and Sokorowski, or I told you it's orangutan. Yeah, I told you it's orangutan, and the other um, actually the last one was King's Fianchetto that we just discussed. Van Ghetto just Van Get just started with knight to c3. So let's just flip it. Knight to c3. It was Van Get and Baird with the move f4, which is play Rors and move b3, and King's Fianchetto was g3, then knight to c3, knight to f3, bishop to g2, and orangutan or Sokorowski opening was the move b4. So in today's video, we want to just introduce another five SKRCS chess move ever been played. So be with me. Please don't forget to give the thumbs up and write this video if you liked it. So let's go, why not? The first one is actually Grob opening Grob Attack. You may have heard it. Yeah, G4. Let's start with the playing by G4, okay? And sorry, maybe this one. Okay, and G4 we have the move d5 is usually getting played bishop to g2, bishop takes on g4, and now we play the move c4. So what is the purpose of these moves is that he can't take because this pawn is hanging, and then we can eventually win his rook also. So he must play something like c6 defensive base to actually defend this pawn. Now white comes with the idea queen to b3, attacking this pawn and attacking this pawn and this pawn twice. Okay, another time. So queen to d7 defends both, but sorry, defends the pawn on b7, not overprotecting the pawn on d5. So we can take it. Now, after c takes d5, knight to f6, we can take its line, but knight takes c6. But the best line here is just h3 to just kick the bishop. And if bishop here, then knight to c3. Now we have the idea of e4 here because we just overprotecting this square, so it comes with tempo. So black captures our pawn on d5, and we just capture this back here. And maybe it's not the best to actually take it. So knight to c6, and now maybe the plan for black is actually it's knight to e3 is one of the moves that the engine suggests in this position. After bishop to e6, queen to a4, black is slightly better in this position. Okay, so let's jump into the second opening, the SKRCS chess opening. I just want to notice you to know it. So wait, just okay, something unusual just happened here. It's called Basman Attack. So the Basman Attack is kind of strange moves that black actually plays in these positions is e4, a6. What? What are you doing? D4? And now what? H6. The I know the plan for black is actually the moves b5 and bishop to g7, bishop to b7, and to control this a8 to h1 diagonal. Okay, it's kind of nice idea, but actually white prevents the move b5 by playing the move c4 in these positions. And after knight to f3, okay, this is now c4. If c4 right away, then c5 we get. It's still playable, it's still nice move c4. There's no problem, guys. Okay, so dudes, that's no problem here. After c4, and now here there is the interesting move by playing the move e5 in this position. Okay, so c4, e5. If you take, okay, here comes black with another interesting idea, knight to d7. So he captures on d6, bishop captures on d6, knight to c3, and here you can see that black has nice development here, but is a pawn down. So he has to fight against this pawn on e4. Maybe later he could just capture that pawn back. Okay, and so that was the Basman Attack that I just provided to you guys. This actual one is maybe I'm not pronouncing it very well. Hamppe Kieseritzky Gambit. Okay, so it starts with the move e4 and e5, bishop to c4, and the move f5 here is just getting played. So white responds with d3, knight to f6. You should just deal with the problem of this. So you cannot castle here, okay? So you must think something about it. Knight to c3 takes, no, one of the lines could be just take, but as I just said, it is c6. So c6, the idea of c6, guys, is now we just want to play d5 here, okay? So for example, if white goes knight to f3, we just play d5, e takes on d5, c takes on d5, bishop b5, and bishop to d7 is just getting played. Knight takes e5 is possible here, but after here, we just get queen to a5 check, knight to c3, bishop to d6, and this position is kind of equal for both sides, but white is up a pawn and black should just fight for equality. But there is no problem, no serious problem in this position for white after, for example, knight to f3 just castles, we just castle. In this position, knight to c6, it's still playable for black, but as I just told you, uh, white is up pawn, black is down a pawn. Okay, so but black has nice piece development here. As you see, it's looking at the pawn on h2, so maybe h3 is played to prevent any jump moves, any knight jump moves here. Okay, but still white bishop hasn't been developed yet. For example, rook here, bishop to e2 is possible, then queen to c5 or queen to c7. Okay, and sorry, queen to c5, queen to c7. Queen c7 is not a good move because of knight to g5. You just take this nice bishop. Okay, so maybe just queen to c5 or queen b6. What's the problem of queen to b6? Hmm, I don't see any problem. A4 maybe, yeah. Maybe a4, but still record, no problem. Maybe just queen to c5 is nice move here. So this was the fourth. This was the fourth one. I just no, this was the third one. I just provided you the information. And here is the Latvian Gambit. It starts with the moves. So you have heard it about Latvian Gambit. Here I assume you just know it. It's as I just said, it starts with e4, e5, knight to f3, and black here plays the unusual move here, f5. So f5 is called the Latvian Gambit here. Knight takes on e5 here. We have knight to c6, queen check. But as you know, some players, some good players actually play knight to f6, preventing any queen to h5 move. But here's an interesting drawing I want to show you about this one. And we see knight to c6, queen check, and here, okay, I want a pawn. I want a pawn, but here's the problem. Uh, After knight to f6, some players panic. What should I do? Just play queen to h5, man. After it takes g anyway is the best move. If you play this move, then knight takes on f8, rook takes on f8, then takes on f5. White has nice position, so you must here sack the rook. After knight to d4, don't panic. Don't panic. Okay? So after wait, but how about knight to d4? Some players play after knight to d4 because they hope you can't take it now because it's actually pinned this way. Okay, so knight to a3 is also possible in this position, so there is no problem. But after and some players play bishop to d3. Okay, actually the best way to defend is bishop to d3. But you may ask, are you crazy, man? What happens if f takes on e4? So you may just answer it. Bishop takes on e4 is possible. Yes, guys. After knight takes, we have this. So this threat is just eliminated here in these positions. Okay, so as I just told you, e4, e5, the knight to f3, f5. Here if you take, then some nice players play knight to f6, and here e takes on e5, queen to e7, so pins the knight, queen to e2 unpins the knight, d6, knight to c4, and bishop takes on f5, so taking one of the pawns back. We have queen takes on e7, bishop takes on e7, and knight to e3, bishop to e6. So black has nice development, but is a pawn down again in this gambit. This maybe we can call it gambit. Okay. Uh, Actually, it is gambit. It's called the um Latvian Gambit, and the game continues maybe by knight to c3, knight to c6, bishop to d3 or bishop to b5, right? Just saying moves myself, maybe, yeah. But if you just castle, maybe it takes, and white is nice, but black, as you know, has the bishop pair, and he should just open this space for his bishops to make them use of them. Okay, so this was the number 4 opening that I just introduced to you. The other opening is the Elephant Gambit, guys. it starts with the move, sorry, e4, e5, knight to f3, and here it goes, black plays the move d5 in this position. We capture it on d5, and here black plays unusual move bishop to d6, defending the pawn d4, so I'm putting another pressure, okay, on the pawn to the e5. So black just plays the move e4, knight f to d2, attacking this pawn on e4, guys. Okay, so after the move f5, you don't actually want to play this knight to f6 move, okay, because c4 and here and somewhere in some matter maybe this bishop just gets out and goes on the square g5, so maybe you should play h6 to just prevent this plan. And so f5 is the move that most players play in this position, and to c4 is possible. Again, the move c4 is possible, so just don't let this pawn slip out of this. Okay, c4, knight to c3, in some way we just thinking about playing the move c5. Okay, so we just want to check this bishop out, and we have overprotected, not overprotected, but knight to c3 also defends this pawn as well. So this was the last opening that we just want to mention. Please, if you enjoyed this video, give this thumbs up, and please also make sure that you have subbed to the channel. See you next time. Goodbye for now.